So it's 20 years, easy. This is my 10th year as a black belt. So after those 10 years, I mean, well, Carlos Gracie Jr, and I studied under him in Rio de Janeiro for 5 years between 2000 and 2005. Completely blessed to have the opportunity, really. I mean, the headquarters in where it was in Barra de Tijuca, it was in its prime on those dates. I mean, I remember times when we had 100 plus men on those mats. I mean, packed. 30 odd black belts, loads of legends of Jiu-Jitsu and loads of world champions, loads. Legend-wise, I mean, you had Carlos, the boss, on his white plastic chair, and his brother, Crolin, would turn up sometimes, and Hillian, who was the mastermind behind some of the techniques. And then you could get Henzo and Half and Higa Machado. If they were hanging around town, they'd come and train. You get Mauricio Gomez, Roger Gracie's dad, Nelson Montero, and world champion-wise, Jesus, I mean, list, Christ. Holetta, Pedro Pano, Gordo, Gordino, Feitosa, Casciorino, Braulio, Lagato, Cecino Vinicius, Fredson Paixão, Jefferson Moore, Emiliano Fernandez, Escorrega, Roger Gracie. And you could get the fucking kick in your life if you wanted it. And I mean, this was before these fellas went to see the Fortunes, so you got to see them in action and got invited to spar with them in a live scenario on the mat, you know, and you could see the look in their eye, they wanted to train. And these were the men who were responsible for the development of these positions and these mechanics, and they were actually doing these things to you and explaining why and how they were doing it after they'd battered you with it, if you asked the question right. So you had hours and hours of sparring, and it taught you how to train and how to teach people to learn in these massively efficient manners and massively efficient ways. So it's, I've time on my hands, I'd like to pass it on, the way I received it from them, these great men, to other people if they want to learn. Because I see things missing in the development of some new students. I mean, the gripping, the strong mechanical principles and these concepts relating to physiology these men taught me were incredible, and it's more than techniques, and I see it missing in the game of lots of young lads that are starting to learn what we do. Because, I mean, it was just basic luck that I was in the right place at the right time to receive the information, and I'm not trying to take any credit for anything I'm ever showing, because these principles are things I was taught directly from these masters or absolute experts of Jiu-Jitsu, and I'm just passing the details on, because the details that I don't see being taught or explained very much anymore. Hatha Yoga, I mean, Hatha Yoga, it's for anybody that doesn't want to be bored about what it is and what it isn't. It's the sort of the old ancient style of yoga that everything comes from. It's been a passion of mine for maybe 20 years. When I decided which part of it I liked, which was the breathing, which they call pranayama, I thought, well, I want to go to the Himalayas because that's where they are. And that's where I'm at. So I've got the chance and the time to do it. I want to go and learn it properly. It's breath control. So it become interesting to see how such an important part of Jiu-Jitsu, which is how to fucking breathe, but there's so little time spent on it, because I've seen breathing habits that were just quite honestly shocking and terrible on the mats or in tournaments, because some people, I mean, I've seen people hold the breath or pant and mouth breathe and clavicular breathe, and it's shocking to watch, because if your heart was to be functioning like that, as erratically as people's breathing is, I mean, you'd shit yourself. You'd go and seek medical help straight away. Yet breathing is just as critical to our survival as a good functioning heartbeat. When it comes to the Nauli, that's that stomach roll that you see. People like to see it. They like to see that stomach roll, but there's more to it and more going on than what you see. Because when you understand how to breathe correctly, and once you train these facets of how you breathe, it helps us to improve dramatically on the mats, and it strengthens all your game.